Yo, what is up, guys? It is Nick, or the Notorious Fantasy, back again today doing a 14-team PPR mock draft on Sleeper app. This was requested by Checks in the comments, so if you would like me to do a video for you, please leave a request with the type of league, the format, and your pick. There's a bunch of other requests that I still have to do. There's a super flex video I'm going to be doing soon, so don't you guys worry. I do have all of your guys' drafts written down, so I will do everyone's draft. It's a 14-team PPR from slot 11. And the roster settings are one quarterback, two running backs, two wide receivers, tight end, flex, kicker, defense, and six. It says five bench spots, but there's actually six on here. There is here. Let me scroll down. One, two, three, four, five, six. It's fucked, but it's okay. And we're going from the 11th spot, so we're gonna start the draft now. First pick, Saquon Barkley, followed by Christian McCaffrey, Ezekiel Elliott, Alvin Kamara, David Johnson, Michael Thomas, DeAndre Hopkins, Devontae Adams, Le'Veon Bell, James Conner, and now it's our pick. Nothing too out of the ordinary there. Besides Michael Thomas going before DeAndre Hopkins or Devontae Adams, I like Adams over Hopkins, but that's just my opinion. But besides that, this was pretty typical. Now we're going to want to be going running back here because the running back depth falls off heavily, heavily in these 14-team leagues. Since there's two extra picks or four extra picks if you're used to playing in a 10-team league, or three extra picks or two extra picks, determining what format you're used to. So with that being said, like I said, the running backs are going to come off the board fast. So you need to make sure you get, in my opinion, if when I'm here, normally when you're at the swing, that's where you like to go the wide receiver, wombo combo. Two great wide receivers. You can get a guy like Julio Jones and match him with Tyreek or Juju or Antonio Brown and feel pretty confident about your team. But I would much rather get two great running backs I feel confident in all season here at the swing. So for that reason, we're going to go running back. In my opinion, the best running back on the board right now is Joe Mixon. Now, Todd Gurley is probably the best running back available in real life if he didn't have the arthritis of the knee. Now, like I say in every single video, we avoid injuries. So we don't draft guys like Todd Gurley who are injury prone. Todd Gurley has arthritis of the knee, like I said, so make sure to avoid that. And make sure while you're deciding who to pick to subscribe to the channel because, like I always say, you're going to want to win your league, and I'm going to help you win your league if you subscribe to the channel. You can follow it all year, and you're going to get the league-winning advice you want from this channel. So we're going to go Joe Mixon here, the best running back available on Cincinnati. So after we went Joe Mixon, Odell came off the board, followed by Julio Jones, Tyreek Hill, Juju Smith-Schuster, Travis Kelce, Dalvin Cook. The first tight end came off the board, Travis Kelce. His buddies Kittle and Ertz will come to follow. The big three tight ends of Kittle, Ertz, and Kelce will all be gone in the first 4 rounds typically, or the first 3 rounds. And Kelsey's usually the first one to go. Now another pick I want to talk about here, Dalvin Cook. I don't like going guys that are injury prone. Dalvin Cook is someone who's proved to be injury prone, and he's off my board. People will tell me you're an idiot that he's off your board, but that's fine. I like to avoid injuries, I like being safe. Don't be silly, wrap your willy type deal. So our two, see this guy went with the strategy at the 14, the double wide receiver. He's got Tyreek and Juju. That could obviously pay off quite well, but if his running backs don't come out well, his team is going to fall quite short of the playoffs. So we're going running back again. Todd Gurley's still available. Obviously, I told you he was off my board. Melvin Gordon, we don't know what's happening. Sus. Does that mean it's sus that you should pick him because he's holding out? He's holding out a training camp, trying to get a new contract. He is not doing anything. We don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. Are they gonna trade him? Are they gonna pay him the big bucks? Is he gonna sit out a few games? Then they're gonna pay him. Is he gonna come play? Who knows? So we're just going to go avoid him and go with either Damian Williams or Nick Chubb. Now, Damian Williams did end up hurting his hamstring in practice 2 days ago, so that does kind of worry me. So I'd much rather go with Nick Chubb here. Even though I think Damian Williams will be fine in 6 weeks to play week 1, I'm still cautious of that, and I would much rather just go someone who I know is not hurt right now in Nick Chubb. So I'm going to go Nick Chubb here at this pick. I'd go Nick Chubb or Damian Williams, but I like to be safe, like I said. So after we went Chubb, Damian Williams came off the board, followed by Todd Gurley, AB, Melvin Gordon, Mike Evans, Adam Thielen, T.Y. Hilton, Keenan Allen, Marlon Mack, Aaron Jones, Zach Ertz, Pat Mahomes, Leonard Fournette, Derrick Henry, Julian Edelman, On Johnson, Josh Jacobs, AJ Green, Brandon Cooks, George Kittle. So the big three tight ends gone. First quarterback off the board, Pat Mahomes at the 3-2. Typically, Pat Mahomes is going to go in the third or fourth round of these mocks, but a real at-home draft, depending on how much people like quarterbacks, he may go in the first or the second round. So keep that in mind. Now, like I said, the running back depth flies off the board so fast. In the third round in a 14-team league, the running backs look so surprised. So that's why getting two elite running backs, in my opinion, at that position for fantasy football is quite the good decision now. Like I said, the big three tight ends are gone, so you just wait a bit on tight end. Now, these guys, OJ Howard, Evan Ingram, Eric Ebron, Hunter Henry, Eric Ebron, and Jared Cook are going to typically go from like the fifth, maybe even the fourth, to like the sixth round, and then they're all going to be gone, typically. So it's our pick, and we are picking a wide out here because we already got our two running backs. Now we're looking at a guys like Amari Cooper, Stefan Diggs, Robert Woods, Kenny Galladay, and who you want to build your team out with your wide receiver one. Now Amari Cooper, in my opinion, is a bit too inconsistent. Now he played a lot better on Dallas, throwing up games 49, 13, 13, 16, 38, but then he had games scoring 6, 8, 6, 6, and you're not going to be winning those games when he's scoring 6 points. Stefan Diggs, a lot more consistent along the whole season. Now he dropped some shitty games too, but we're gonna hope that he does better this year on a Vikings team that I think is gonna play better than last year. I think Kirk's gonna be better one more year in the offense. If Dalvin Cook can somehow stay healthy, they'd obviously be a lot better because they wouldn't be not as worried about the run. So for that reason, the defense wouldn't be as not worried about the run because if they don't have Dalvin Cook, they don't really have that good of a running back. So we're gonna be going with Stefan Diggs here over Amari Cooper. After we went Stefan Diggs, Mark Ingram came off the board, followed by Amari Cooper, Phillip Lindsay, Devontae Freeman, Kenny Galladay, and now it's our pick. So a lot of the good running backs are not going to come back to us in the fifth round, but that's fine because we're just going to go wide receiver here, fill out our two wide receivers for our starting lineup, and get a great wide out here. The wideouts available still are Robert Woods, Chris Godwin, Calvin Ridley, Cooper Kupp, Tyler Lockett, Jarvis Juice Landry, DJ Moore, Mike Williams, Tyler Boyd, guys like that. But my favorite pick here would be Robert Woods. Now, I think Robert Woods, in my opinion, is going to be the number one fantasy producer from the LA Rams at the wideout position. I like him better than Cooks. I like him better than Kupp. And I like him better than all those other guys that are on the team. And for that reason, we're going to lock in Robert Woods here. He played pretty solid all of last season, as you can see here. Got a lot more consistent towards the end. Had a terrible game, a 7 at the beginning, and 4 in week 17, but that doesn't really matter because he probably didn't really play all that much. But all these other games, very consistent, putting up some solid points, and I like Robert Woods as my RB2. Now my RB2, because Robert Woods is a wide out. He's a wide receiver, so I like him as my wide receiver 2 in fantasy football this season. So we're going to lock in Robert Woods here. After we went Robert Woods, Kenyon Drake came off the board, followed by James White, Sony Michel, Chris Godwin, Tyler Lockett, Cooper Kupp, O.J. Howard, Evan Ingram, Jarvis Landry, Chris Carson, Andrew Luck, DJ Moore, Mike Williams, Alshon Jeffrey, Aaron Rodgers, Deshaun Jackson, Tevin Coleman, Lamar Miller, and now it is our pick. So we are likely going to be going the quarterback position. And by quarterback position, what am I even talking about? We're going to be going with the running back position. Now, I don't know if the recording just lagged there because it got kind of laggy on my screen, but I don't know. Hopefully, it was all good there. So now 1, 2, 3, 4 quarterbacks are gone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tight ends are gone. So the quarterbacks do tend to go pretty fast in these drafts. In your at-home league, quarterbacks may even fly off the board even faster. A guy like Pat Mahomes may not survive out of the second round. A guy like Andrew Luck, Aaron Rodgers, Deshaun Watson may not make it out of the third or fourth round. So let that be known when you are trying to draft here. Now it's a-okay because I'm not too worried about the quarterback position. So, a lot of good wideouts. We've been taking a lot of good running backs, but there are still some solid running backs that I like to target here, still available. So we are going to go with the running back here. I'm going to go with Rashad Penny, a guy who, in my opinion, could end up being his ADP is 71, but that's fine because we're all about that reach here. We're going to reach and get a running back that I truly want here because I'm not too sure if he'll fall back to me. And that's Rashad Penny. He's going to end up being the running back 2 on Seattle. Could end up being the running back 1. Going to get a shit ton of touches because they run the ball a lot. He'll probably be getting 8, 9 touches a game. Could probably score a touchdown. Going to get you some solid yards. Probably catch a few passes. He played okay last year, but I think this year is where he'll truly break out after his rookie season on such a high run powered offense on Seattle. This is kind of a reach here. I should probably go wide receiver here because I think that he may fall to me in the 6th round. But if he didn't end up falling to me, I would feel like my team got a lot worse without Rashad Penny. So I'm going to go with him. After we went Rashad Penny, Al Robbins was picked, followed by Baker Mayfield, Tyler Boyd, Jared Cook, Darius Geis, and Eric Ebron. So likely that guy who picked Geis would have picked Penny. Um, 2 other tight ends have been taken. Eric Ebron, I'm all off of him. I don't want anything to do with him. Jack Doyle's back. Mo Ali Cox is still there. There's a lot of tight ends. Too many tight ends in that goddamn kitchen for me to want to draft any of those guys. So now we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know why I was just counting. There's a lot of tight ends who have been taken. So Hunter Henry is still available, and I may pull the trigger here on him, but I don't think I will. I'd rather go wide receiver and then hope that Latavius Murray falls to me in the next round. I highly doubt it'll happen, but it's fine because we already got Penny for the depth, and we're just going to go with the best wide receiver available. And in my opinion, that's Dante Pettis. Dante Pettis is going to have a breakout year this year in his 2nd year in the NFL. Last year, he was a rookie. He put up some solid games with Mr. Nick Mullins. He really does have that breakout potential, like that says. He played great with Mullins. He's going to play even better with a better quarterback in um Jimmy Garoppolo. So I really like him this year for a huge breakout, and I think that it will happen this year. I don't really like Jimmy Garoppolo, but I do like Dante Pettis because I think he has great hands. I think he's a great player. He didn't truly understand the playbook last year, but now obviously had all summer to read that shit, had all offseason to read it. You know, the 49ers had a pretty long offseason because they didn't play that great last year, didn't make the playoffs. So Dante Pettis is going to be a great wide receiver this year. After we went Dante Pettis, Will Fuller came off the board, followed by Hunter Henry, Robbie Anderson, Christian Kirk, Drew Brees, Latavius Murray did not make it back to us. Matty Ice, Sterling Shepard, Marvin Jones, Carson Wentz, Geronimo Allison, Larry Fitzgerald, Darrell Henderson, Vance McDonald, Royce Freeman, Austin Eckler, Kareem Hunt, Miles Sanders, Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray. Now it is our pick, and we need some more running backs because the running backs are going to be gone super fast in this type of format. So we are going to go with the upside of Mr. Jordan Howard becoming the running back 1 over Mr. Peyton Barber, taking that job, owning it as his own, running in these touchdowns, being the guy that he could truly should have been last year over shitty Peyton Barber who can't even get 3.5 yards per carry. Now I like drafting Peyton Barber still late because, with that value, he's still the running back 1 probably right now and still has that potential to break out. So, or not to break out, but he'll just be solid. He'll be scoring touchdowns because they're going to be in the red zone a lot. They're going to be on the offense a lot. Their defense of the Buccaneers is not very good, so they're going to be on the offense a lot. And I think that Ronald Jones this year could have a breakout. Last year did not play very well at all. Had one game where you probably could have started him, but every other game you would rather have fucking shot yourself than started Ronald Jones. So this year we're gonna hope it's different. Obviously he's on our bench because we've got absolute workhorse running backs at the running back position. So we should be fine at that. So we got Ronald Jones. After we went Ronald Jones, Cam Newton came off the board, followed by Sean McCoy, Jared Goff, Sammy Watkins, Jordan Howard. And if I don't, all the good quarterbacks are gone. I still like Jameis, but I still want to get a good tight end here. And oh my god, am I fucking stupid? I am stupid. Vance McDonald has already been taken. So it's fine. We're just punting the position. Absolute punt. Pat McAfee style punt. The fuck out of here. We're punting that position. And we'll just pick a quarterback here. We'll get the best quarterback available, in my opinion, which is Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston may throw a lot of interceptions. Now, he'll throw the ball to you if you're on your team, you're on the other team, you're in the stands, you're the ref. He'll throw the ball to you. He loves heaving that ball. And last year, Fitzpatrick stole his job a bit, but Ryan Fitzmagic is completely gone, and the man himself, famous Jameis, is going to be the locked and loaded quarterback 1 there. There's really no competition behind him. I couldn't even tell you who is behind him right now because I can't think because it is 1 in the morning about something like that. But that is a-okay because Jameis Winston is gonna be a lot better this year. He has the legs. He could run the ball a bit. Could run in a touchdown. He's gonna be throwing the ball a lot because they're gonna be on offense a lot, and he's gonna throw two touchdowns a game, 300 yards, and you're going to finish with a top 12 quarterback that you found all the way in the 8th round. So I'm going to lock in famous Jameis here. After we select famous Jameis, Chicago Bears defense comes off the board, which is way too early for a defense. Don't pick a defense in the 8th round, especially in a 14-team league where you're going to lack depth immensely if you do something like that. After the Bears defense was picked, Marquez Valdez-Scantling came off the board, followed by Corey Davis, D.D. Westbrook, Jalen Samuels, N'Keal Harry, Donta Foreman, Damian Harris, L.A. Rams, Golden Tate, Cortland Sutton, Curtis Samuels, A.P., Kiki Cootie, Phillip Rivers, Austin Hooper, Deshaun Jackson, Emmanuel Sanders, Jarek McKinnon, DK Metcalf, and now it is our pick. The running back position has absolutely fallen off the board at this point. Not a lot of great runners back here, but there's still some sleepers down here. You know, but ASMR, but it's sleepers, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully you didn't just fucking click off the video for me whispering in your ear like a fucking idiot. So let's continue this now. Now we're going to go with a guy who can end up being the running back 1 on Atlanta. Now, obviously, he's not going to take the job from Mr. Devontae Freeman, but he's going to be the pass catching back on this team because Devontae Freeman is gone. He's going to still get the touches, or not Devontae Freeman is gone. Oh my God, his name is Tevin Coleman is gone. Mr. Sickle Cell is gone. So Ito Smith, that's nothing against anyone who has sickle cell. Obviously, that's just what me and my friends call him because he has sickle cell and doesn't play in some of those games. So that are of high elevation. So Ito Smith is a going to be probably playing a bunch because Devontae Freeman's going to get fucking hurt. Ito Smith's going to be swung on in there, and I think now that he has more experience from his rookie season, he's going to put up a solid season this year, and I like Ito Smith here in the 9th round. After we selected Ito Smith, TJ Hawkinson was taken off the board, followed by Dante Moncrief, Jags defense, Alexander Madison, Carlos Hyde, Naheem Hines. So now, we're going to do something that a lot of people have called me stupid for doing. We're going to do, actually, no. We're not going to do that. We're just going to reach here. I'm going to go for a little bit of a reachy poo here and reach for Justin Jackson here because that Melvin Gordon situation is confusing. If he holds out and misses 4 games, you're going to have Justin Jackson as a running back 4 games in a row. Eckler will still be used, but Justin Jackson will be used as the main runner, in my opinion. That's how it was last time. Justin Jackson played great when Melvin Gordon was hurt. So you got to think that that's going to happen. If they trade Melvin Gordon, you're going to have 16 games at the 10th round of great workload in Justin Jackson. And if he does end up going, and if Melvin Gordon misses a couple games, like I said, you got him for a couple of weeks. If Melvin Gordon was to go down, you got Justin Jackson to go good. And I'm pretty confident that I think Melvin Gordon will end up signing by week 1, 2, or 3, or 4, because he has to play this season, obviously, to so that he can get traded or get the more money that he wants or whatever from a different team. So I think Justin Jackson, this pick could have 0 value tomorrow if Melvin Gordon was to sign. In 2 days if Melvin Gordon was to sign. But right now, Justin Jackson at the 10th round value is pretty good. So I'm going to reach for him here because I don't think in a real draft he would fall this far. So after we selected Justin Jackson, Justice Hill came off the board, followed by James Washington, Tom Brady, Big Ben, LA Chargers, Anthony Miller, Peyton Barber, Greg Zuerlein, Kirk Cousins, Baltimore Ravens, Dak Prescott, Devin Funchess, Minnesota defense, Jimmy Garoppolo, Delaney Walker, Tyrell Williams, Deshaun Hamilton, Dion Lewis, Lamar Jackson, Mitch Trubisky. Now, we're going to go for a tight end. No, we're going to go for a tight end here. And we're going to reach a bit because he's going to get taken because he always does. Even though it says his ADP is 157, he always gets taken earlier than that. So if you heard me slurp my drink there, I'm very thirsty. So we're going to go Mark Andrews. Our sleeper report came out just yesterday, or today when I'm recording this, but yesterday when you're watching this, that he did not excite in camp last year, but now he's very exciting in camp. He's doing great. He's playing hard. He's going hard in the motherfucking paint. It might even say it stands out during the offseason. So we love Mark Andrews. After we pick Mark Andrews, Paris Campbell came off the board, followed by Cleveland Browns, Kalen Ballage, Devin Singletary, Devontae Parker, and Mecole Hardman. So like I said earlier, don't pick any defenses early. Don't pick a kicker early. Kalen Balaj here at the 11-14 was a great pick in my opinion because he's a running back who's going to be who might be the running back one on that team because Kenyon Drake can't do it. They're reporting that Kalen Balaj getting KB, Kalen Balaj getting all the snaps with the first team. So I'm kind of worried, but not all too worried because I think that getting Kalen Balaj this late will be perfect. But if I drafted Devontae Parker, I'd 100% not Devontae Parker, Kenyon Drake, I would 100% draft Kalen Balaj. So after McCall Hardman went, we need a receiver because we got a bunch of receivers. I mean, a bunch of running backs. But we don't have any receivers. We only have 3 receivers, so we need more. So we're gonna go with a high upside pick, all the way in the back. We're gonna go for someone who has stood out in camp a lot here. Then that's John Brown. He's excelling at training camp. Buffalo Bills wide receiver is one of the highlights of the team just thus far. I used to like Robert Foster a lot, but now I'm all in on this John Brown hype train. I'm hopping on the train. All aboard, motherfuckers. Choo choo, choo choo, motherfuckers. Straight to the championship with Josh Brown in the 12th round. Bada bing, bada boom. Step inside my room. John Brown. After we selected John Brown, G Reg, the third leg Olsen came out the board, followed by Harrison Bucker, Jordan Reed, Jimmy Graham, Josh Allen, Justin Tucker, Dallas Cowboys, Rudolph, Burton, Doyle, Hollywood Brown, Traquan Smith, Darwin Thompson, Andy Isabella, Houston Texans, Duke Johnson, Matt Breida, Jets, Gallup, Giovanni Bernard. I never really go backup tight end. We went with the late round guy in Andrews, and we didn't draft enough running backs. We got enough receivers. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 6 running backs and 1, 2, 3, 4 receivers. We need one more receiver here, in my opinion. I think. I don't like drafting backup quarterbacks because they don't really do anything. The only time I'm ever going to need a quarterback is week 7 when Winston is on bye or if Winston was to get hurt. But even in that situation, even in a 14-team league, you can likely find a guy to start for 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks while Jameis is hurt. So we're fine with that. Now, in a 14-team league, I'm more likely to draft the backup quarterback, obviously, because the waivers aren't as deep. But we waited so long to draft the backup quarterback that's not even worth it here, and I'd rather just get more depth at wide receiver with a lottery pick of someone at the back of the draft who I think could end up putting up a great season this year and outperform their ADP. Now, one of these Dolphins wide receivers is going to end up doing this. He's going to be picked super late, and he's going to end up being someone who's worth it. Now, in my opinion, I really don't know who it is. Is it Stills? Is it Parker? Is it Albert Wilson? And Albert Wilson, a lot of these people are talking about he's fast as fuck. He played great a bunch of games, and I think that if he can stay healthy and build upon what he did last year, I think that he could be a great wide receiver and is a steal at the back of the draft. And if it doesn't work out, hey, you drop him after week 1 or 2. You know the story after week 1 or 2. You can pretty much figure out what he's going to be after just a few games. So after this, we're gonna, or just even preseason, you could probably figure it out. So we're gonna go with Albert Wilson here. After Albert Wilson was selected, Will Lutz was selected, followed by Marquise Goodwin, Kine Fairbairn, Chris Thompson, Steven Gostowski, Denver Broncos, and now it's our pick, and we need a defense. Now my favorite defense to take in the late rounds is the Dallas Cowboys because of their week 1 matchup against the Giants. Now, the way you're going to pick a defense is you're going to go on Google, type in NFL schedule week 1, pick a defense that's playing a shitty offense. It's that easy. You just pick that defense. Now, I haven't done that research yet. Once it hits August, I'm going to make a video about it so that you guys know who to pick during your draft. So we're just going to go with the Eagles, the top rated defense. Obviously, that's not what we're going to do in the draft, but that's how it works out in these mocks. So a bunch of kickers and defenses went. I'm not going to say all that because I'm just going to waste my breath talking. Noah Fant was picked, followed by the other bunch of kickers: Kenny Stills, kicker, Paul Richardson, C.J. Anderson, Debo Samuel, Mohamed Sanu, Derek Carr, Quincy Anunwa, Brett Maher, Jalen Richard, Robert Foster, Ted Ginn, and now we pick our kicker, and we'll pick the best one available. Mason Crosby's hurt, so we'll go with Mr. Aldrich Rosas of the Giants. Obviously, who knows if he's going to be that good this year because the Giants are probably not going to be scoring any touchdowns. Maybe they'll be kicking 50-yard bombs because Rosas can hit those. So who knows? I don't really know too much about kickers. I'm not the best at giving kicker advice. So after we picked Aldrich Rosas, Matthew Stafford came off the board, followed by Sexy Rexy Burkhead and Jamison Crowder. So our finishing lineup Our starting quarterback, famous Jameis. Two running backs, Mixon and Chubb. Our wide receivers are Stephon Diggs, Robert Woods. Our tight end is Mark Andrews. Our flex currently is Rashad Penny. Probably would be Dante Pettis. Our kicker, Rosas. Our defense, the Eagles. Our bench is Penny or Pettis. Um, Ronald Jones, Ito Smith, Justin Jackson, John Brown, Albert Wilson. So thank you guys all for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please click that subscribe button. It would really mean a lot. I want to get to 200 now. I finally reached 100 subscribers. Thank you guys all for that. It really does mean a lot to me. Like, I promise you guys, it really does. It makes me smile when I see that shit. And it makes me realize that you guys are very nice, and that the reason when I put out these videos, I spend hours at night editing or in recording, that you guys actually like to watch them. So it really means a lot to me. So thank you guys all for watching. Please click that subscribe button. Like I said, click one of the videos that's on your screen right now, and have a great goddamn fucking day. I'll see you guys later today with more content at like 2 or 3, because I forgot to record the other video, and I have work until 2, so, or until 12:30. So sorry guys. Have a great day. I love you guys. Goodbye.